Christian Audio, a division of Recorded Books, presents Being There, How to Love Those Who Are Hurting, by Dave Furman, narrated by Adam Verner and Sarah Zimmerman.
To my sweet bride, Gloria, thank you for trusting God in our trials and for always pointing me to our Savior, Jesus Christ. I love you. Introduction. I keep a photograph in my office of me picking up my fiancée, Gloria, in my strong, capable arms. A few months later on our honeymoon, we were white-knuckling the handles of a raft in the rapids of Costa Rica. Fast forward a decade, and our circumstances were quite different. On our 10th anniversary, a kind stranger offered me his help as he saw Gloria trying her best to lift my disabled body out of an inner tube at a water park. I can only imagine what was going through that gentleman's mind when he saw me struggling to float down the lazy river. When I was a child, I played tennis and earned 2 black belts in karate. As a university student, I played pickup football on my college campus. I never dreamed that I would soon have a physical disability. It's been over 10 years now since my doctor discovered that the nerves in my arm weren't working properly, firing off chronic pain signals to my brain and twisting themselves into painful neuromas. I've had 4 major surgeries on my arms, gone through over a dozen invasive procedures in the hospital, worked for hundreds of hours in therapy, and taken a cocktail of medicines and homeopathic remedies to give me some relief. But nothing has really worked. I never thought there would be times when I couldn't lift a cup of water to my lips to take a drink, or would need the help of my preschool-aged daughter to button my shirt. I can count on one hand the number of times I've been able to hold any one of my 4 babies. After my wife makes sure that all of our children are buckled in properly to their car seats, she comes around to the passenger side of the minivan and opens my door. Once she is in the driver's seat, she leans over to buckle my seatbelt for me. On a trip to the United States for a conference, I was eating lunch with a big group of pastors. Without a word, Mac, one of the elders of our church, leaned over and graciously cut my steak for me so I could eat it. Sensing the awkwardness around the table of pastors who were not aware of my disability, he joked, "Don't your elders serve you like this?" 8 years ago, our family moved overseas to plant churches on the Arabian Peninsula. I had surgery a few months prior and was recovering very well. We were hopeful that the pain and disability were now behind us. Then one night while driving in a parking lot as Gloria did some late-night shopping, I felt a sharp, burning pain in both of my arms. The problem was back, and it was back with a vengeance. We were so excited about what we had perceived as total healing, and were thrilled about plans for the new churches we'd be planting, but instead, our hopes went spiraling downward. The next week, a rash of painful bumps covered both of my hands down to my fingertips, and I couldn't bear to touch anything. Depression engulfed me, and I would stay awake most nights pacing back and forth in my bedroom on the verge of losing my mind. In those dark hours of the night, Gloria thought I was going crazy, and took comfort in the fact that I was not physically able to get out of the house and wander into the desert. We had tried everything, and nothing worked. There was no relief, no joy. This is how our ministry started in the Middle East. Every weekend, Gloria would buckle our baby daughter and me into our seats, and she'd drive us 2 hours to Dubai to meet people, attend our partner church, and build contacts for a potential church plant in the center of that city. I would turn it on for a few hours, be cordial, cast vision for the church, and then I'd become a shell of myself for the next 5 days. I was just trying to survive. And even worse, I had turned into a grumpy, passive-aggressive man.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?